8.1 FM Wadama and you may Cassie and Santana Jebebia and somebody a debana a dosso na poso and ye absent for sa ayara who send me a CC ye ewo garu and it timpane abaton persuasono yatesene emrasu yafono akasa ede afa
na sansu na yara hona druso etwema me extra ede abamra shabedwam sa anu ye bi wo ho a wonum ehia ede free nchen
yademba kon national cathedral and some no ho entity abaton so performance and chefa pono so chesene amanyoku awdo mpanimfo bi ekotum pasa ewo eye national cathedral adwuma no ho na ekosenie yebekon yakwa kodi ho
Anamotu ekwoso nam so anti Dr. Poku Mensa ya epanyipa ya National Cathedral da no wano so de nsem bia toja o chese Ghana fo nyina no emontungude ensem a
adise bia wo bupe ye wo Savannah region ya toja sese de omani ya tutu aka o nsem akosombo sutade no a eye ma no omu bie ye no enya adise wo flamantam nko no mani ya tutu aka o nsem omo de sese no ba bia omu de omu tibeto aye drede amomo su e de fraba mu mpanimfo
na esa saka to ne bro na assembly members o mabato na kwaso no anam so electoral commission wonom edidwuma bi ye munsem nyina nwumre ye de eba bedan mo
na yenim se adwadifo e wo boso ka bonte so de wo munkuku no monkaka gu fom a wo eni aban ene Ghana Revenue Authority mpanimfo enya entiti abato so mpefem nsɛmtwefa pono so nwumre kyerɛ se entokwa na omo ko no asa omo ya twene ma sensen kakra e de asɛm na asie ye bekɔ aboso ka bonte so na busiafo asɛm yi akɔgye mo nkyerɛ mu
ye de ani be kyerɛ mo wobro mantam ne kura ye frɛ ne bedo ato irenchen bi ato adehye ho nam so nti no minister ya wono edamantam na no wabo apro ya emunsem wo de kwoto dwa ho nyina ya bebe di akere mo
asidan koma 21st clinic ya ye ka kire ose sciatic ntine no se emu twetwe de aye obia no fa ho adwuma ebese onomonsa no monye emfa emma mizone 5G drink no yeguso aye no no ye ye wo ye wedding o ye party proto obia o pe drink obese fa manate wonimu a mizone ye kan for de ma wo 3A Herbal Center at the 3A Cool Capsules Abeja Sobs and Fukuko no ya yo bia no asebetu asebese Universal Natural Clinic so no say dumpeno se buosa frechie sa to dia fa ho adwuma be se wonum nsa no monyem fa ma and na Express Group so no e de etu kwa dia kwa brochire o ma bia opesa ukoso bia for ni echere Express Group atena ye no mo emfa onko I Care Herbal Clinic so no ye ayaresa fia ya de bia tete wo bia na busiafo for ni echere ejoso zongo jansen yemfa drunkan na yade ne enwane mfiri ni pedue ne mo abusanfo wo mo ena ebo ye chidoma bo ya donte ama ye vemu a bia a wo bia na nwumre yetimi abane ya ba besom wo yede ne sesan na ya bo amale bia boga nwumre me ne
o hene ire ma me akua ye boa esia ma fe anye brede adaje na ensem no nkyere mu no ebusia yentimi emfa nan mo
abusanfo ya sase ye de free Ghana mrase we gefie me efri na no me ndana na jude suom edibedi ebesi na de chie kwasi ada so ena beto dwasa dehia wo mo ewo garo ene timpani abaton pesua so wo eye etifido po emantem no abusuafo nso buwa wo se bonye se bia epete so asogafo ko tisi wo mo so a ehede ya hemre esiba momo sibamtoro a abusuafo ni peprepra ye ne se wone ensese ye ka kire wase ye ne mo kase ebida so agua ya sabia a doctor for ehwo mo prekru ede amawunum na eba aseye no na akwakwa emprekoto so ebi chesa asogafo no ai na mrante ne maba wo na se wo mo ho eye wo machi ene nam so mo koto so mo so sibambu no mo sa ebi so chesa nya asogafo no ne koyi no mu national security mrante bia no mo ekwa ye adwuma o garo ene ne timpani abaton pesua no so na adehye bi no mo ekoto so mo so sibambu no eji wo mo kase ne wo matuo no wo makode a na wo mo ho edifiri wo mo nsam na wo sa asogafo no ti sa mrante no ekope wo mo echichi wo mo edi wo mo koko gina mra no ntire ma sa rehosam na esiye na de nyina mu no national security mpedem for the krata aba bonte be kire mo se eye wo mo na suma asogafo no so mo nkodi sa adwuma no a ekoso ewo eye garo ene ne timpani abaton pesua so na busiafo ne emra se adwafo kotena se a na wo mo eye adwuma no emra se adwani wo emra se adwafie ma dehia ewo garo abaton pesua so ono abo Albert Akuka ene kokukuru sa asemi ba ya o kire se ena ni bia ba yesi ye de abefo na ye adwuma no so wotese yesi asogafo akwa akoto ahya ebi so esiba mu onum ebrim wo ma prepra wo mu a na odwene ho ano onte ase etide asie ne de obese ne nuanom rase adwafo ne nyina so mo nka no ho na yemfifi mu nhwehwem na obi bia wonim ho bibia no emra eneni rase adwani no ne nsemo de tudwa eni.
How the military officers brutalized and maimed my residents. It is important to mention that the incidents by the military adds to a long list of barbaric and inhumane actions carried out by our men in uniform on innocent civilians whom they ought to be protecting as a matter of responsibility. Mr. Speaker, reports from the residents in my constituency indicates that on the 29th Sunday, October, military men visited Garu at dawn, beat up, maimed, destroyed, and in some cases took away monies and valuable properties from the residents of Garu. As a member of parliament for the area, efforts to get answers regarding even some of the people who were taken away and brought to Accra has proven futile. Their whereabouts and their conditions as of now remain unclear to me, even about 3 days after the incident. This is an unacceptable violation of their human rights, and as a matter of urgency, I am strongly calling on and demanding for the immediate government intervention to address this issue, and also for Parliament to open a probe into this matter and bring a comprehensive resolution to it. I call on the authorities to investigate the matter thoroughly and ensure that those responsible are made to account for it. The residents of Garu and Tempane deserve safety and protection, and this action by the military officers must be condemned in the strongest terms without any room for tolerance and reasonableness of any form. Military brutalities visited on civilians, Mr. Speaker, is becoming one too many. Mr. Speaker.
Abusianti weye ayamraswe jeni owo mraswe jefiema desia wo Garu Timpani abaton pesia so Honorable Albert Akuka ena yetene nkanwa na okukukuru sase mwidi aba ewo mraswe jefiemu no na busianfo na no si ya ena nenua NDC mraswe jeni a ono so so mraswe jefiema desia ewo busa no for abaton pesia so yera James Agaga so edina no etu mu bie.
Leave immediately. Mr. Speaker, our armed forces has won all the accolades internationally for the kind of leadership they display when they are deployed on international peacekeeping operations. But the question to ask is, why are they not able to replicate the kind of leadership, the kind of discipline and professionalism they exhibit and display when they are engaged on the international plane? I think the reasons for the inability of our armed forces to live up to expectations when we engage them for internal security operations is the kinds of orders that are issued to them. First of all, who are the people who would normally issue those orders? Mr. Speaker, listening to the facts, was it necessary to deploy the army in Garu in the first place? A vehicle was fired at. The vehicle was grounded at the police station. The police returned fire, I am reliably informed, and all the people who had gathered around the police station took to their heels. Therefore, the threat had effectively been neutralized. So the question is, who issued the orders for the military to besiege Garu, Tempani, and Bugri? Who issued those orders? I was in a program with the DCE, who is head of DISEC. And when the journalist fired the question at the DCE, he was clueless as to who gave the orders for the military to storm Garu, his area of jurisdiction. Very bizarre. The chairman of DISEC, he didn't know who brought the soldiers to Garu to terrorize the people. Mr. Speaker, all the health facilities in Garu were packed to capacity. While all of a sudden Garu had become a war zone, and the people of Garu designated as enemies and dealt with as such, did the people of Garu become enemies of our armed forces? That is the question to ask, Mr. Speaker. But even we all know in warfare, if the people of Garu were enemies designated as such,
for Yamraswe Jenny or Wamraswe Jessima this year war Busa North for Baton Persuaso, Honorable James Agaga so and at Yetin in Kena and what's a Futum Raswe Jenny, Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin so no, Eja one also so Ekasai, Ejine Dom Kesiano, and the MPP Mraswe Jafona Nemo, and in some say at to Gamraswe Jefim.
Perhaps those who perpetrated the act voted, and others who were innocently sleeping are now the victims. So you see where the problem lies. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I join my colleagues in their call on you to make an invitation to the Honorable Minister of National Security to attend upon the House to give the Committee on Defense and Interior a full briefing on the happenings. And we see the next steps taken on it. Second, I also want to urge the national security machinery to allow due process of law to prevail. And it's good they've sent them to court. At least now they have access to counsel and it's within the ambit of the law. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this space given me to make my views known on this matter. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me thank the maker.
For NPP Mraswe Jenny or Wamraswe Yefima Adesia were Futu Abaton Persua Sonabo Alexander Fenyo Markin Sosono and Yetin and Kana or Cheche Ninse Muse Bebia Edruno de Ebeye Sen National Security Minister Ombe Sama no man Abamraswe Yefimo na Odin Chimu more dene abre Eyagana Mraswe Yefio Efono. Now for and now certain Ghana Mraswe for Ekoye no a dance for Menam Raswe Gene Honorable Lawyer Andrew Amwako Esiama and a Tina Gem Samra Swige Fium Chamihine and until Jomo Mon Common Ye at your chain Semnoa and Ujirani Tumia Gani Amamra Constitution Yamam running Chiamano at the Amano so Esheye said Nanichne ya National Security Minister Yera Albert Kandapa some Peretum Penenoa Wamram Raswige Fium na Omechi Made property ya isi ya omosuma sogafo emomututu kas mumuruntum ekosi adesia omo garo enetimpane abaton pesua so esiba momu prepra womu a sie ne mo kasedodo no a egu ayasabe ya doctor for ene ehwehwe wonu mu.
I'm directing that the minister appear before the House on Thursday, the 9th of November 2023 to brief the House concerning issues relating to the incident at Garu and Timpani. With respect to those who are still in incarceration, I think the Deputy Majority Leader rightly said it's a matter of law. I will direct that if they have been incarcerated more than 48 hours, by law, I mean the police or the BNI or the NIB should refer them to court for them to be able to continue holding them. So I think the lawyers must pursue that. We will direct that at least they should release them. If they have been incarcerated more than 48 hours, they should release them. And if they want to still maintain them by way of maintain them in incarceration, they should go to court and justify why they should be continuing incarceration.
Observe for Mraswe Jenny or Wamraswe Yefima this year what dance for Menabaton Persia so Ewa Asantemante Mene and Raswe Jafona Satana or Moko Yeno one and a Tina Gem Semraswe Yefima Chamihine Honorable Lawyer Andrew Amwako Esiama and Yetin in Kane.
Afeya Ramo Ewa Tamale South Mashebe Jenny Rahona Juice or Nosunakache Penny Nakaneno do any chemu or Mashebe Jemu at Dom Kumano now I ya one ebano then Wakasa in Sembia Tuja Sanke ya mrasha bedwam fo no wonom enhwanto nsanfra ma me esra wusu ekofo ya wono ekuta wudie bafotene edem o me sebe ya ensem bia ekokoso se abanche 5 Vodafone Ghana ho no emu abupen no wo ha no emu adua 30% no waton no eyesa wo ba no obeyi ano na wo kyerekye mu emu da ho finance mi aboa ama kyese bibi wo ho na empanyimfo nso ntiase a wonom so etimi atiase yen kwankotie Rahona Idris Brana wo kasa ediafa ensemi ho ewo mrasha bedwam.
In this transaction, I haven't read what I said. I think that I needed to clarify that I'm talking about the government of Ghana's stake in Vodafone, which is 30% as a minority shareholder. The majority shareholder is Vodafone UK, and therefore we need to know what has transpired in the transaction, which I stated that my information is that it's been sold on credit. I stand by that. That we need to know who is buying the 30% stake in Vodafone. How was the consent cured? Because the minority consent is in the name of the Republic of Ghana. And therefore the minister must come and explain to us what the status of Vodafone is vis-a-vis the sale. I used the word that the value of Vodafone at the time was $1 billion. I do not know the value as of today. I do not know what the value of Ghana's 30% was. But I'm demanding explanation as to the transaction which took place within the requirement of Article 1815. I've heard the media quote me Article 185. I didn't say 185. I said 1815, so that it is construed as an international economic transaction. We need the minister to come and explain to us the status of it. And the telecom sector generally, Mr. Speaker, as I said yesterday, is withering away. So this is to clarify my position in the Hansard, not necessarily for the purpose of this.
Ebusiafo nipa ya tene nken ye rahal na idruso no ena kane dom dodo ya no muso anase dom kuma mu amra hyebedwem no won ba no dani a wase Vodafone Ghana aban chefa ya ewo majapade no wate sa aban no ato mu 30% e de amadom dodo bi a wonum so chefa Vodafone Ghana ne no ena wo chese mame extra okufu wo mra hyebedwem na emu nchechiremu no won famra sebe ya emu beda ho han na entiase enso atimi aye adwuma
for yentua kase no so mamoni enfom kon National Cathedral nkomomo entity e beto Sompa FM nsem chefa pono so ene se ene empenimfo binumu a omo ewo wa manyuko binumu ye omadwene se omo ko na omakwa akosra National Cathedral empenimfo no na omo no omakwa kutumpasa wo saa so dan no a yesie no ho akwa akohwe sa nyembia na kosenie iron rods dodo se no wonu mato cement bag se ena wo mu ato mason fo ne carpenter fo egu onom no adwuma no omo ye ne senie nti ene omo kono PNC amanyuko empenimfo kobi Ghana Union Movement empenimfo ekobi NDP amanyuko empenimfo ekobi saa so ena LPG amanyuko empenimfo ekobi ena gum Ghana Union Movement empenimfo ekobi na omukọ yo omukọ sia empenimfo no empenimfo bobo ne ma so de kire wunum sikadodo a Ghana ma de hie bi ne ma ne bi no umie no ye wala tu wala sa ne yeti ankakra ye tuatua de ma empenimfo so mo fansi aso dan no eja empenimfo bobo so kakra eda futuo mu sese ene adwuma ene da kwan se contractors ne be ye nyina omo ebobo so e de kire empenimfo no eno na twotwofo pene e de ma PNC amanyoko no ma me Janet Nabila e kasa yese nyamye ne mu die sankyere mu we ya empenimfo e de ama wunum no ama omo enya adwen foforo e o National Cathedral no esia empenimfo esie no ho
enu so like I can hu ama we mu nyina e ba be disin when omo jai board of trustees omo resign ye no me is a disappointment to me say a problem background po na we see we your software we see kita asafo e say wuntuna ti na wonhwe se de obetima ya bibia because we na wo resign it means that you have failed and you are running away nti media make us omo nsambra because ye be hu ye no se mo se mu ye Christopher pa mo pe onyankopon asema mo mbra because a cathedral no according to the information there is no need for you to resign as a board of trustee member. There is no need unless maybe you are just doing it for political decision. Intermediate looking at them a political exigency. Maybe Omuka say maybe there will be a change of government. You resigning when so I don't understand the reason why Omo resigning here. Omo resigning here na Omo Sambra because the Omo jai politics no na hwe de be ya be mark cathedral.
Abuzafo we ayama me Janet Nabila we ya chocho for penny ma PNC amanyuku no ane yetene nkana no wo kire se yam papa Eastwood Naba ene Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams no mo a wo mo ade o madwuma to no mo so mo ntimi nya adwuma board of trustees no so no office amwa no mo so wo mo ye nyankopon ko a wo do mo ye adwuma sa brewe ene o man ne hia wunum se omo ebo aboso ehu mpa ye yi mpa ye e ma twede ampo nyankrompo nsane e ma sa so dan yetimi esie and watch na twatwo for penny e de Ghana Union Movement amanyuku no ye twaniti aka ne se gum sofu chirabo amanyuku no ne General Secretary ayo penny Anthony Kojo ahemfo wono so echechire mo so no de ade anani agye ho pa eye enkonta emperimfo abu ade akire wonum ama matene mase wono se niema mu da wono mo fan ye omo gidie se kwambia so National Cathedral no womo ebetimi aye ho adwuma wie.
I think we've been briefed on one enough in Chiremu akumana before kakra. So we are looking forward to say who say Jumane Koso because it's your master said Daniel Wahina and this a Bibia and Kosua Yabokabu and you know Yembo man in Koso Nambo Man Koso in a cost effective manner and yes it be as canon so Yabeshro no keke so good. My specific time, but I say see an Juane could the auditors in some and you know maybe who say beer ya spend 2 cedis auditors issue so moon we near some cost spend 3 cedis can one and no best say Jumano the so say be more time kakra now auditors no dey more responsible answer on what was so the message in say bibia o maka no munya no sa because you say wo kan ye different and na wo ye nso ye different it is omo kan no de na ye betu ye ni na ye hunu bibiara na eno na akoye bu achi bidin nti bibiara omo aka kire ye no omo hwe se omo beye ama Ghana for nya yen de ye political parties but ye ma me ne Ghana nti ye nyina ye gina ha ne Ghana for nti bibia omo aka no omo nye mane nko yie ma Ghana nye only politics.
Observe way a church for penny at the Ghana Union Movement amanyukua etwanitia eka ne se gum yewra eye Anthony Kojo ahemfo and ono so yete nenken
afeye boyeremu e won se foforo mu ani da so ejiramu e won National Cathedral no ho nsensem ne epanyifo aproboya wode hihye so na chie no na executive director e de National Cathedral Dr. Opoku Paul wono so ene sentrefo edin hyiamu din nsem bi to animu na na asem nyina wo ka nyina no ene se ene na mo framem yi achese enkofo ekeka se National Cathedral dwumadie no kurampo no ye kase no e yade atia tonso mo se obi obekasa bia no e ye nkontompo sem no nti no wa obeti nsem bi etesa ne ya no wabunua e de egu asom e de afa ho na chese sense kasem ho akwatew e de ama wonum tena madan sie no etimi esensen ho kakra ne no enchese bi atia tonso madwumadie no yabo ne bongalati kra yenko na yewura Dr. Paul Pokumesa ne nsem ne bi yenkonkotie bi mra.
The goal is to turn Ghana into one of the leading sites for religious tourism on the African continent. Once again, if you want to understand the progress we've made for the National Cathedral, please go to www.nationalcathedralghana.org. And for the Bible Museum and Biblical Gardens, please go to www.biblemuseumafrica.org. All what I've said is there. Second, as we speak, we've just received our first major gift for the museum and gardens. These are life-size statues based on biblical themes and figures donated to us by a U.S. firm, Abba Anointing Oil, the largest such company in the world. The statues just arrived at the Tema port, and we are working to get them out. We are also in talks with the Israeli Antiquities Authority for artifacts, and will soon engage others to ensure that we secure artifacts that help to make this into a major world-class attraction. I want to stress that, there's been issues of that the project has been suspended. It hasn't. The construction has stalled, but the National Cathedral is almost an institution. It's going to be one of the largest institutions, so the work continues on a daily basis. In addition to fundraising, we are already engaging those who can actually give us artifacts, because if you want to turn this into a world-class site, you need historical artifacts, and those you can't buy. Most museums actually don't buy these things. And so you negotiate, some will give it to you as gifts or as permanent exhibitions. Those processes are ongoing on a daily basis. And that's why I'm saying that I'm happy to report that, in fact, our first set of statues, religious statues for the museum and the gardens has just been shipped to us from the Abba Anointing Company in Houston, Texas. And when we take them from the harbor, we will also bring the media to see. In addition,
Executive Director the National Cathedral of Ghana, Dr. Paul Pokumense Busiana no disem ena yetien eno echi ena eye member edema board of trustee so wodwumako ni mo Dr. Opoku Onyina ono so de kakra efo aso say
the synods of bishops of the Catholic Church, and it was a 1 month synodal experience, so we spent roughly 1 month there, and I liked the methodology. It was a sort of round table method that was used. 12 people on a table, and then before any model, the authorities would like about 2 theologians to present papers, then 3 practitioners also to give some sort of testimonies. Then after that, the tables will begin to work. Now, on the table, one is the facilitator selected by the leadership to facilitate the table conference. And then a secretary also will be chosen or given to the table. But then the table is given the freedom to appoint their own rapporteur, who in a way became the leader of the group. Now, a document had already been collected from local level, parishes to diocese, from diocese to national level to regional level like West Africa, and then to continental. Then after the continental, all the documents were compiled into a book. Then out of that book, a working document was prepared. From the working document, a model will be expected to be treated within 5 days. Now you have to read the document and then make your presentation within 3 minutes.
Ebusian for Dr. Opoku Onyina wano a member at the board of trustee at the Ghana National Cathedral no know this any kokotie ye no.
Ebusian for yen to akase no sumamo na yen fomo Free National Cathedral in semu no na yen fomo ko Ghana yisika semu na Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research for and abusian for one more ebunkunta asese Ghana yisika sem amamodi atuga say so mo fakasio calculator SSN yama afi 2022 na etwemu no o my Ghana yisika cedi no eko a one dollar na eko ye no baby o my Ghana sika sem koko gina ye na nya kra wo de koto to euro no and sika aka no ho so so a na ke say euro bi and o my Ghana sika sem koko gina ye na enunti ye kwa mo no so ye ni open Christian teachija na kwa kwedi nkomo oyobia wabeni ye pa o sika sem no ntutu ye won ye busa se anya bia se Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research for ebusa nkonta wedi a kire o man no e de na wo se edigu akwam se beye na 2023 ya yewuram ya e de kwa wiye sa de ne bi enkonkotoye opene wote enka anwumre ya mo adwo emo akwaba
mejo simini a
mejimedi se ho ye
Yamiadum Yahiapa.
Na Mejimedi Susa and Samoa Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research in Penning for Eka and the Fagana Sika Samoa Titro and ne Equa one ne Abrofunisi Kabiti said dollar and euro no echo ye ediacon a 2022 no more said dollar no crowd say baby on my gun Yisika ne etete the coyeno and the number 51% to the betoto euro no hososwa then the number 44% no Mejimedi South when ye diachire a dear ne womua and nay ebia yen hunua was a yeshen ye was answer no Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research for more canon.
Yo me da si bebre me nia mechia o ahwefo na etiefo nyina anwumrei. Wo hwe Ghana yin sika sema I would say the year 2022 was me de manifi de meka say it was one of the most challenging years Ghana yitimi go through. Sa period na ye period yen president ebe ma ya so te say the way yen sika sem no esi kono yankopem mo bi free IMF amfa meboa yen economy na the economy no cry bitimi age yen sem no kre ye kwa IMF on be assessment nyamiadom omutimi e ma ya approval our first tranche of disbursements crampo etimi aba that was $600 million ye hwe ni mu say November second tranche no so ebitimi aba enye easy say the way yen aban we ya usi so tamano position usi lambaste that current government no for taking Ghana to IMF na to go back there no me gidi say na enye ade a ehu hia yie pa na nka onko nanso the way ananiema esi atete ama adu sa mpempenso no na e wose ekwara nye sa ade a na nka yen economy no e ade e beji egu enti enye no won say yen economy no woka say o benchmark ya normally wo forex markets inflation and some other indicators e ade a edi akotini yie pa nti enye no won say yen forex market no Ghana cedi against the major trading currencies, including the US dollar, so tini depreciate by more than 50%. In any jurisdiction, we are there nka ento asumukra nka nyadia niema ebitimi akuyi amayen. Nanso IMF etimi buy on be mwano. Etimi hu say sa amri no niema etimi niema bi koswa inflation ade aba from kakra 200 basis points from last month no the crescent of it no year February you could do be 50% 51% no so we are doing just about 38% no it's just an improvement back into 2022 dear you can't financial year na enya de ku yi magana kra basa amre no ye hunsun so niema you could do sa no na excessive borrowing especially from the government aban no betima kire say na niema bi na ye koso no na ono nso behia say obeye those borrowings no ama etimi aboa yen nanso edu bia na ye je ho bia enye yi da bia meka say Ghana yen sikasem ebeye yi pa dia age say ye drum pempenso a aban na oteso no beka say or your budget yen expenditure no ebeye equal to revenue and as a variance bi kra ebebe mu a enya ade a esu bebre na so far as we continue to have governments ebeba the biomu ready budget na yen revenue ayi bi no da bia e wo form but expenditure no ebro revenue no su bebre ebasa no a age so ekokọ bobosia kakra e de ba be so wo bobosia to ho no afi ebedu baabi wo revenue no e short wadi ni nyina awie bosia na wakọ akọbọ no nso da so da wachi a wo twen se obetua eno no na wo je ho baabi a enje age so wakọ IMF na wakọ akọje mmoa nti I believe said the 17th time ayakọ IMF die aban no de beye adesua de na time bia o ye budget a yen revenue and as expenditure na o feel say obeye within the year no enye ade a obetimi mobilizing within the country na yinya ise da bia ye kokoje bosia de ebabe so ye nema so no me feel say no so a free a drew campaign time na promises bebre ya o make to the citizenry na a drew ho na age say because wa shebo nti kwan bia obefa so a say wotimi yes our project na de mayen no say oye na afei ano ne bekwa kwatwa say obekwa akwa bobosia nanka in the framework of the constitution there nanka your body parliament ankomo no na nkomo hwe say aban bekwa akwaje bosia bia omo interrogate egu say ombema approval anaso omo ma approval enkonkwaje and so politics are some making every parliamentarian no or if you say we are point bi a the constituency aban na shebo say obeya ama no aban no etimi ya and the next 4 years on bit renew the mandate e de ama no aban entima anya the mandate no or standing the risk say anhwa omo nsan ento emma no enti woni ne ekoso pa na so betena ase aka yeye ama ya approve budget no na ebekwa akosi se esa aban kokoje bosia wo ba bi timba be yes akwan no ma no because esa akwan no ebe benefiting the mandate in the next 4 years ninti no or the signature esa ase na aban so akwa burugusuwa na afia duru baabi no yaje ho baabi a enje na age say san ko IMF kokoje mu a enti the thing say we no enya adesuade emfa mayen na subsequent governments my understanding is that in by 15th November no about the budget baba to yenim IMF is still around the corner they are still on our shores enti if you say omunye any expenditure bia ebebro yen revenue so enti if you say adisuade ayi betimi asua free mu eno no
na fechefo yi nanu ye omode Ghana akwakoto CCC eno so no ebeboa yen
yes edu mrebi no na ohwe yen sikasem no na yen hu external debt no say na esi ko domestic debt na esi ko buying obligations and to meet those obligations. No, and Fitch together with other credit rating agencies, no, downgrading to junk. No, not just say, oh, the would escape Maya, idea, ye be defaulted. Now, consequent to domestic debt exchange program, any external debt restructuring na air cost domestic one no nedodo na idea ye aka foreign denominated currency bonds bimo pe na be ka say be foreign creditors no so idea especially China edimu akotene no ye no matena say yetimi ato adwen neema air konanim enti the fact say yen credit no yetimi a restructure enya pomasibre e de ama no and on agent so ama confidence about back to the international capital market or matimi upgrading from side junk status to CCC no CCC no nye adea ebro subia Ghana ya D A pen yenya A in their credit rating pen inti so free A no free A minus over B plus B minus what do you C plus C minus atitia kwa could do CCC enya adea eso ani bebre now so you compare we are comparative analysis e de hwe be yo downgrade yen ekokodu ye ene samre yetimi upgrade yen to CCC dia ye beka se ya ne sa empire ne yebo se aban ne betim de niema agu akwan mu na improvement etimi aba se be na betim adru B plus and I say A minus na ya dia Ghana mostly yeta a score that rates no
yo enyumre de me na wase na yenkoso amfie ni eye anamuntu ahodo a ekoso achi bibia ni soso e besa ba wona so bio enyumre de da se ene wada je ne unchi mu a wode amaye bye
that's mania
abza for penny Christian Techijan
Feye kwa abatu ho nsensem na kato ne bronya kopon de dom ye ne a bronya bosomi ne mo na empanyifo be bie nwoma de ato ho na ekwan mu ada wo sebe obi a wotumi na owo pepa na ne ho so betimi ato aba wo mai mo no assembly members de no watimi akoto bi eno nam so ama abatu bedwa ye wo mai mu de bi de ato wo senya kopon ye adomo a November bosomi esim ne de toso miensa wachirechi ekosi na watwe besim ne de toso enso no wonum ebie nwomemo de ato ho wo mensini assembly bia mu sebe ya abato no obi a watwere ne din bia no bekwa akwhwe sampa na wonsam wode ma ye ne nyina wom na nkoye se bia abato no bedru ho no na nani ekotutu de aka ne nsem panyi pa be de akire ya wo hwe edi dwuma wo EC wonum akachi yewra Samuel Tete wono ene friends and telephone share mo dance mu wese nyina de kire ye
register in 2023 because a register with district offices meeting. ABI management and for one to correct police station because a brow would want me and share the report here. What it say, Okomodiano to the call police station, especially center on is a review. It can be also said, and say, Oko district office or Sabia Oka Congress will give you because they are one of the true district office home and yet exhibition center. I feel so, you can say, Obi Orma now owns me and call exhibition center home and come here, say, water sprays and man, I say, in that case, no, you will so could be 7 hash 713 hash 81 sorry star 713 star 81 hash. Who you phone now go so good not so the ID card number so all the messages now found information now the register who age or sex and most especially eventual police station so you register into and you say you charge self-provided charge 50 pesos for use.
Yewra Tete esa to asubie makosombo tade etie ye etie no manfo ye onwa kwa onye mu no wase bia won so a card na bia ayira anase aseye no so ensemu a woka edefa ho eni
bisa se bia na obi wote ID card ayira e kwambe mo be faso e chichiri mu se say voter ID card IRA in the first place which me call district officer ama ya replace ama. Secondly, no voters ID card on election day which me accord the only thing I can say want to be called the correct police station. It takes some time now to receive in time.
In charge of operations, our letter commission of Ghana, ye was Samuel Tate and Yetienwe.
I was young for young former free about to come and penny fatana yenny and from Unco Bupe war Savannah Regina. Across almost with Tadia ya a year mabusua and pennyphobia in Sony 2 more. If you are seeing any pepinoa, a Japadia Monsano, or a nature bupabon tenswa. Absent for the Shanos Suenia Quakutu a common samsa in Sona Yiri, a chia for Mufie. Near Omoa Drew Amadaya Guadri, you are no so sweat your funny them, a chia funny them, you are no so soon in foodie in I say, ma, one more strap a mumped for so much money, and make sure Mukakana Sitinamo, I a day amaunum. I this year will bupe, or more and some more, or more added to your name Kakra any.
I find it ever do as you know. You say, Ben, how would be? Was a little business. Or be our residual. What you have been come to you, man. You see, as soon as I know, I'm beginning our party back yesterday. It's a cab almost so. Tabe Peninsula, Boya, no, let's come back. Kakame, you want for Church, Wodma. Yeah, a few of us who are then what you want to do. As soon as I then I'll be more people track it. In a young boy or a day. Here has to say, and yes, Wapavia, and they are moving so bad. So bad.
Oh, it's so fire. If I come in now, and I'm with you about Red Cross, and I'm with you among these animal with bread. Move my big Yenya Edda.
Okay, I find
opportunity Harris.
Okay.
Name is say, Yadani Abu, the Bunsa Wire. Yabekwa, Bessa Yenia Sana, it's Yako. See, a boy, is it? One of the boy, bomb, Mimi say. The bear one, won't me, I finish a comusa, by an cancer, by waiter, Abu, Mimi area, dear, and pa. Sooner a woman, Alice is school of the Maya. Till Palamu go school. One go school in penny for.
I was on to way this year been a war bupe war savannah and in Potamoni at two with a moncano. Ye jam with Sonia Day and what you seek a crabana and Sunny Becono, yen faster that Emma 21st clinic or say, men can't say in Tinua, if we see any Mokofa, Tona say, at the fall city Mokofa, Nankokum, a fall none to the Cosi, a Namponosono, such a Chewa, a 21st clinic, and ye come for the Ama say, a doctor for Kuku down in Fidi Papa, yet the show, Assassin would Papa Manhuato, Kumasi away. Yabe Alpha Radio in Chewa Boise Council Quarters and Cry Domi Market Sunyai and Cransa Techimani or Honomo 0540311311 Mizuri 5G drinking no Yuguswa Yenum oh yeah we ya wedding oh yeah party open drink I'll be serve mana to anim Ashiwene Munyamwa a Mizuni come for the ama oh yeah Jumapi and I will tibreba Unya a 5G Susuno no more Ebeba Pa Upi to Atonia no afraid 0246 2702 a year 21 024 627 0221 3A Herbal Center and a 3A cook capsules abega subs of Kokuno Ebeshiasi Kukunti Bia Usisi Yawaniswa Yutum Oyamu Timua when your 3A cook capsules Ebebo Pa Friend Doctor Authority Penfagiatum and Yana Eu Joseph Fromo or 0546 1071 07 0546 1071 07 way a 3 Herbal Center and Fred for one. Yejina we so nia dai ho kakra ba ye ba abusiafo nsem ne pi no aka akire.
Introduce Introducing Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink, a whole new refreshment in a can. Mixer 5G is a tasty non-alcoholic drink. It is a perfect companion for all your events, including parties, weddings, and funerals. It is made with green tea, ginseng, guarana, grapes, and grapefruit. Get refreshed with Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink. For bulk purchases, contact 0246 270 221. This advert is FDA approved.
21st clinic aye sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene ye fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo sirem wo je ho ba bia enye na no na 21st clinic ba ye adwuma pa wo mu ye ntia baso bo magine wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enyasem ketewa Womuji international awards ahodo womuji local awards ahodo na anu nso na womu be the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim ha no ebi ni baabi a gi 21st clinic nkwa womu de bibiduro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho eya yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama de ba ko a womu gidi womu pa no eye sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade Ghana ha baabi a womu ho 0540 311 311 0540 311 311. There's a 21st clinic. Woman is sciatica expert.
Sompa TV, Emma Aketiapa.
Ebusiafo yadam wase amamu akwa baby afen no wabeka ye ho ha ye Sompa TV kasefoni eso ena enwumre no nsia brem kase bo no ye de edai mo no Sompa 93.1 kasefidie so kumase wote ye nka e wo ho sanso ena wode wani chemo bunu mantam ye Sompa 98.9 sanso na burapo ye mantam enkranza e ye Sompa 90.7 yet one sam no so de amamo de aye bo awrema obunu mantam na ekro ya ye friend bedu na no adwuada wanom anti asempa adehye ye wo ho ni nyina no eni se wo so brani bi etimi agem nam so nte no ewi akire ya etse ye no na ase japade pempem nam so nipa be semiensemu a ena wonom etoye efa sa to ye nchem ni mo na no ena enam so nte bru mantam so afo mami Justin na owusuba na hene wono so agina Romans 12:16 so se Bible ne se wo moji wo mani no mo ne wonom emom enye wo so mo so no mo ne wonom enye sent no wakọ ede ya konsem akwa nananom ene adehye ya wo ho aken bra mami Justin adru ho no ne adehye ya wo no abusuafo atoy edi nkomo na abusia ensem a ode to dwane yenkonkotie bi mra
we ne kasia asi e wo badumai ka abusua aka badukoi na aka bromantam nyina nunti na ye America ye ne Ministry of Education as a director of the minister in Edem ka be ha police commander e ka ye ho a be dru ha ye be ma abusua ya ko budget ye ne say natural disaster nti ne kana pa bi ho aso so de be hu na fe na aposifo ne mpanyifo be wi mu na ye be hu asane fare by pa yom de kan ya konsam ne be ma abusua nyina ya ka say ye nhede na aban no ye kro no ye all stakeholders international chief amere no so a enya be ba be bom abehwe ne akora ye mai achi pra ye di are ho de na so ni nyina mu so no ye se bia no ye nhede asem no so support implement
Mami Justina also banahene eya swafo ya wano edabro mantam no ano nano disem na abusien kotie ye.
Abjafo yen to aso na yen famon consent fufuro mo sambeka hye nso a ekuo bi ekeka wo mo ho e wo flamantam ne mpotam ne bi wo flamantam bi susu wo timantam ne mo a no mo ato mo den se Western Togoland na je se omo ekire se Ghana de omo enka Ghana ho na Ghana mpedimfo makwan na omo nte omo ho enkote omo man a omo ebedo omo konkron Ghana ne Togo for entemo a ombe yi omo president akwakonyo omo mrasbejafo akwakode omo ho a omo ebedi omo enkui sense mpedimfo be chinchi omo nsase omo edu omo ebeka omo konkron Ghana ho sadie we to aso a ema edu ba bi no e de basabasa kakra ebai ewo aflawo ene ne mpotamo no mo a bambo ne jese niema mpedimfo de kogu honom no na se woni nsese ye ka kire wo enam so ma aposifo ne asojafo a ekogu sa pom honom no edueduemu a ehwiehwian kocheche akye nipa bedu miensa ene echire a omo esa hwehwe mu ano na je se emu bensia eno omo no makwa ye gangaria fo a omo ne die ni mu chencherenchena ye tie ho ni akwa akote ye man na ya de ho de free Ghana ensam na asam no omo twetwe ya benfie mienu nie na ene na court akwa akotena asam no so a entete abato Sompa FM nsentwe fa prono so kire se emu bensia no court ahye so omo enkonko damu nsie be eyedumiensa na omo enkonko ye adwumaden emfa emu Ghana ba no akire ebi mu om so a empenfo abo onomo eka be 16,000 Ghana cedis and on a car and paying for a day at home. So, it is our Western Togoland for no, almost sorry, yes, a change na, or more at or more at the free Ghana and a koto, a quacotina womoa, a pussy for a tea womo, a duomo, a cocogina cotton ho, and maybe quaco dem, and maybe also so na, ye chaka at the at home. So muntia and for my buying.
Afe ya monra na garun senseme ya minua yawo ebo so no ya enche ye no ehwo adehye bi ni titru ene emebunu no so ababonten etrese National Security Minister wamra bonten wo fa echopa emoden emfa emra adehye ya won mo office ne nsama hodo ya wo kanyina no eyebosirem ka ya no krebobo akakrampo enimom ye nkwonkwotie adehye no ne nsem bia wonom esse ye ekrempanyufo.
This unprofessional military men claim that some alleged foreign national security operatives who were in Garu on an official assignment. They faced falsehood peddled by the Ministry of National Security. Ladies and gentlemen, permit us to set the record straight on some falsehood and half-truth peddled by the Ministry of National Security in their 29th October press release. 1. The Ministry of National Security claimed that the irate youth attacked the vehicle when the officers were seated in the Land Cruiser vehicle with registration number GS 7520-22, which was removed and kept aside the vehicle. This is not accurate. The record should reflect that the officers were not in the vehicle, but rather inside the police station at the time the unknown assailants fired gunshots into the vehicle. The claim by the Minister of National Security that the officers sought refuge at the Garu police station is wholly inaccurate, and yet another attempt to create disaffection for the people of Garu and Tepani. It was rather the vigilant youth who requested that the claimed officers go with them from their hideout to the police station to authenticate their identity.
Adishye bi ni titru ne mebru ya one more Garu Timpani and a one my yes central for share Manchester National Security Minister no and asam wo kan yes mebru bi a wo ho na wonom de akode etuo ne ade ne nam and a wonom so ka bo ma no mo kwa akopɛ wonom agege nam so nte no e ma sa haw ne bai no wose ne nyina no eye bosrem kansem ti won jai sa tronsem no na won fa chopɛ mu oden e family mo selfon so abenti no mo so nyai na ekire ntimi
Yeah, the more call Aboso Cabonte. So now ye nimsa Aboso kind for any abine Ghana Revenue Authority in Penn for Manson say abine air tata unum. That was your phone titia. Ababatu upon search say Samansono and then Kuana or Mokono. That was your for entity HSN or more action a day as saying. Or penny or when yaman said in Como and ma Aboso kind spare parts dealer say a yo penny Benjamin Techi Ado which each in Semuse de Trey.
If customs one, I'm not afraid you didn't go and make for it. You see that strap in there. You come, but not yet. You see, they are suspended because when you follow, almost say, on Bayama, near Chom, and back. Customs, on my head, did that. Obi will be. Mofa Corsobi, Akaji. On say, Jerry, you know, and you are not a Sikati, and yet say, and then 2 days, you are not a castle drum. I said, process will hold a little. I am say, I may have 1 week, 1 week in Besson, some before you move it, your marketing. It's your say there, and then yet me and yes, that's like you. My nipple follow, a new come. As I said, you said, never long. Say, we see now what it is. I know Casano, and some of us strike and we demonstration. This is my heading, Mark Wavy, and one, my demonstration. but no your from say na kokudu say na ba and then na suspend.
Abziafonti way ayabo so kind spare parts dealers for no more customer for Yura Benjamin Techi Ado and at Yetenin Kane.
A boy Ramu BM was Sunyana Nigeria for you also the other Srema Binus Roma one share na and she share my pie fed Driane Buono one for and she shares to Sebeya Driane Boya and Pepi Nano a Quasrobia de Boade de Openo Nina Betty Miagina Fakuna Etimia Boy 24 1 year century for ya 1 more Sompa 98.9 and a train command Namson to the Jan some with Semo Edemaye.
Company for yes, so man that says you Driane first. Naka Sunya Driane but Nesson and Yama Esia Pajama Bibia Boyade, Crassi Cordania Mababa, or say, Menso me Fruka and a boarding, me Cotadia and a boarding, and to be dear Boyading. A Medianini, I did 5 city private, I did fancy, yet many Sika, tears strengthening for saying, or Momo Diama and Yamam Raffo, may you see it to me, I be Ama, or my Nina, Abbey Yama, or Monsieur Bruno, Mother Bo. Murano, managing no boy. No more would be a Bruno, no boy, the Nina, or you know, Tiffy Bruno, no what to me, I in the piano. And see a ma Bruno boy. I got to from Bruno, first convention 36. No convention is Ama, or more, no when you're finding my says a mapping for your good bring up a man in Achacha. And yes, Rabbi, so more pa say, or Mobile Bueno, Bewe, and Mobona, find it dear, on Bayama, and near Suya, soon, I say, to a baby, yes, when you moved it, it's not to a bam, and was it your 500? And this is a Kobua, yes, Yateso, you put it in at the mom, and this is your quan is Tianentino, what much idea? There was soon a new one, Nanabosoma Central Market, and the phobia war, and now one of Swades Red Deer, Yen more Sompa 98.9, one of Ejemu, Edema, one of my Yada Echedia Mamui.
Yadamo Catchman will be just out about on Persuasion, or Penny, Wojina Diamandis, Yaman, you couldn't want Persiano, so a penny wisdom or say Boama, Dodona Saramane, Ukumcom, of your former money to October Bosomia, ye free Muya. Ya bode ro e dia fa no fo mu kokram ho na osra manfo se yenya hweye pa o sa ya de ne ho na ehu e de emakrui
ya de sebi e ana aprend bebre na ya na e masefem e se ho ba atoma kwa ma ene atoma ma ene agogo ene bohye o twede na ya sa ba bi amatiri bia no ye no mo ehie bia so no ubedu ono ne ya pa o mo kwan da amo ye ni fin Apakusio. Also, say that, which man can say Ghana Fanamina, a constituency at Twapa, the cinema MPP, Atuma be just out. So I'm talking about personal. Now, yes, constituency of King Wood to say, now you're about to do more. Now, say, about Yankee, and so about Abuakwana. I am here. I pay the brain, no. Not me war a work before my young because I said the anti-crowd human saying, and probably be in Tiasia. Tiakas will be a member of Pata, on the intermediate to a Bayan and Pesuano. When a Russa assembly Shabayan, Yaban, the Society, Yaban Pesuano, and he said, and I could
Abzafonti we your penny wisdom or say Boama Dodona Sarmane so kunkomwa ojina dia mendesi amanyukunu watchma wabie just out abaton pesu so and yetenin ken
Samia nam so general practitioner ya wano ewo entry Amadia Muslim Hospital ya no kokofu Dr. Mrs. Aisha sewa entry de futu akwa magana for sada Roma brano wo hwe na obetimi akwa ya sabia mahwehwemu woni peduem no watimi ede akwa akwahwehwe so na timi abo pomde ho nsam no so no etimi asipi esita na futu we se nyina etodwa wa bra ya sabia no wonom ene Hanat Foundation of Ghana ekabo mo eye baako a wonom ede eye nipadua mu hwehwemu kwa efa yaresa de ma dehia wonom ewo abono ye no ewo bosontwe mensimo asante mantama se yenko na Dr. Aisha ne nsam ne bi yenko tie bie
nkai bie ni nkokesi na eja nkonke twanketwa no Hanat Foundation se afi we die abnormal saying your move food. The buyer no, your share a school for 50 and the before so 100. The school for any problem, yeah, my phone so they know we are all they will not say, we know they will be only into for some hospital, gynecologist. I bet you be asked to say, so when you're lamp or and just when you're cancer, and interested in your case, and then now being a DI, when you say they are born, they will grow. Answer na enim right ho so no dey do the terminal stage but say dey obi enter by no ye body wu ye bom dey say na be a obi a be wu onye nsusanso bi a hospital amayasha
Ebusiani payete denken Dr. Sewa Enchina eno echi no wasa de kakra eto aso yenko na yenko tie no mra sese
nyina ye bodero ye hwe ye bodero enso so ye hanom de sebe attention emba hanom nsi ye hwe se ese ye de nkofo so efa hanom na omoba be hwehwe omunukum ema omo because no se breast cancer yare a eko emba ka ha maye na ye ba ye nso so omaje ye kaso ubia ba ma ifa nkofo ka na ye expect no pra mo ba ma ne bo nti ono hanom for the omaje first yes ni aje ya personal with media mission hospital na be yes program
Ebusia for Dr. Sewa Enchi ya wodi ni dwuma e wa Media Muslim Hospital ya no kokofu wa name Mrs. Aisha Asantuwa ya wa no so country director e de Mahanat Foundation of Ghana ne wanum eya pomodi hwehwemu de ma de hye ye wa bono no won mienu anu disem ene yekokotie ye no
yeri asede ma Universal Natural Clinic o se brana dompenu se bu sa frechie sa to de afa ho abusianfo ye ntoa emfa emma stroke no de aye obi a ye se obesa soro obesa nante obesa tu America obesa kasa enya hoden check kan no Universal Natural Clinic abusianfo ye watonsu esli ye bebu nsu mu hono mani ye ni nkomo 0200158272 Express Group for you do two coin ako abrochiri o pese o koma bi te se Canada, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Italy ni o ma bia so a Express Group na ye de wo echo for 0249 0004 48 0249 000448 and I care Heba Clinic ayere safia e wo ejusu zongo junction ye se bra no mpede dia ye bia no yankase bibi dro ya ye de suruwe sa for me sa hwentia ene akekedo kakra de be kire so dro no a ebe operation wo dompeni ma na sa to bio dompeni dia ye bia impo abobo se kura no a omo se bra na ye mfa se kan kan dompeni be sa to amu asore bio sisie no eya na mu dwa pa onya paroni bamwa eno so I care for na dia bedwa so ena hapati so no ena ne sa de bia ntini no ama da bia oho ye den abusiafo nroi opebia chiri kwan ya no afre wo num 0530721165 0530721165 na ne wonum atwetwe enkomabusiafo wo mo ene boy chidom eta ye chima ye vemwa ba bia wo bia na nwumre yetimi ba ye eba ebebe somwo meden ede na ya bo amale bia boga sera nkoma production team boy chi dom enyina enwumre mene
ohine ire ma mekua ye boa esia maseda ne bi nso nkoma ye Rasanti ye boa Benedict wono ne semufo panyi akwasua somo aso dela Mrs. Japan na ire ba bia wo bia no ye ma yakọ ene hyeden kafrapa na yaw enya asem ketwa ne ma me adane ato ya bremu ya na
no pay mo so wasua wote na ni ente
na me pesa me frɛ no enwumre na me frɛ still da wo so so enyakopon chichene re emfa em akosia nya me kan wo ye kan ho ho fam wai bibia be ye boko abusia ya kramo ya sorry so na ye hwe na kai bo kakra ho no ye famra ye ba sempe ni padwumadiefoɔ be ma fo so ni tinfo so ne donfo wonom ebetena se na sempa wonom etimi dia daimo
Sompanie enyumunie sompanie kasie bonie sompanie osompapanie sompanie radio nie yabo asam ketwa enya asam ketwa kra no so obo pawo sima adrenu ewo sompa 93.1 sompa tv no so edi atwago enya asam ketwa kra na November bosome no ne da edikai enene November bosome no ne da edikai enene ene eye 1st November 2023 edawei ena kropo twedia pabasa yadom wono akasa ene bon na de na babia ye keka kono bababa no